Hey everyone, I'm Kelly Wallace. I hope you are having a great Friday. We are in the midst of showcasing a week-long series on distracted driving, and the response has been incredible. People are sharing it online, they're talking about it, getting great coverage on TV, and I think it's because it's an issue that really resonates with everyone. I know every time I'm in a car, I see people checking their phones while they're behind the wheel. I've become the kind of crazy lady that kind of points at the phone to try to get them to put it down. And a lot of people will say, they don't want to admit it, but they will, that they do it themselves. And during the reporting for this series, I've learned a lot, and I want to share it with you. And I want you in the comments section to leave any questions on what you're concerned about, or what do you think are the dangers, or what do you want to be answered on this topic. There are 5 things that I guess I've sort of walked away, my 5 takeaways from working on this series really for almost a year. Number 1, it is not just texting anymore. We see the signs, don't text and drive on the highway, but guess what? People are on Facebook, Spotify, now they're even playing Pokemon Go behind the wheel. Yes, you heard that right. Number 2, parents do it too. I think many people think this is just an issue for teenagers. Oh, no. Parents are doing it. One survey, 56% of parents said they check their devices while they're driving. Number 3, our brain instinctively responds to these pings. There's something, we get some pleasure, some arousal from these pings, just like eating, alcohol, sex. Yes, that is true. Number 4, there is technology out there that exists, new technology emerging to try and get us to stop doing it, right? To turn the alerts off when we're in the car. And the last thing I learned is seeing the pain caused by distracted driving can really change behavior. In our piece today, which we linked to, we showcase a program in Louisiana where students, nearly 200 high school students, get together and they act out a crash and the consequences afterward. You see a woman lying there in a casket. You see classmates saying goodbye to her at a funeral. You see their classmates being sentenced to jail. It's fake, but they are reenacting this, and it really sends a big message about what could happen. So send us some questions in the comments section. Meantime, we're going to talk to some New Yorkers here in Columbus Circle about distracted driving. It's an issue everywhere, including here in New York. I have a niece with me, along with his 21-month-old nephew. Okay, so have you seen people when you're driving checking their phones behind the wheel?
All the time.
Like, how often do you see it?
Whenever I'm driving. Sometimes, when I'm walking, you see somebody they have to honk on them for them to move, because they're falling asleep.
All right, so honest engine here. Have you ever done it yourself when you're driving? Texted or picked up the phone?
What I do is I do when I'm stuck in traffic or something, but I don't type. I just kind of do take a little video, hey, what's up? What is going on? I'm stuck in traffic, and then I go. I'm not really distracted, the button's right there, so it's just click on it and but I only do it when I'm stuck in traffic pretty much,
Yeah. Are you surprised? Because the experts will say that even that is dangerous. Because what if there's something going on around you?
Everything is dangerous. Just driving is dangerous too, But I know, I'm not doing something dangerous, I'm not being distracted per se. I'm stuck in traffic and I keep my eye, to, in case traffic starts moving again. But it's just that 5-second thing that, hey, I'm stuck in traffic. Once in a while, I'm not engaged in, conversations all day long. And,
What do you think it's going to take to stop it? You say you see it all the time. What will it take to stop people from putting their lives at risk and the lives of other people at risk too?
You were talking about some apps earlier, or something I guess if it detects your speed, we're not something
right.
That the phone kind of detects. Okay, what's your speed? But then again, that will be not good for some people who are not driving or who are riding a car or a bus or a train or something, and they're moving at a high rate of speed, but then okay, I cannot use my phone.
I know.
So
there is some technology available where you could have these driver and passenger zones. It's one called cell control, and so basically you can, if you're in the driver's seat, the technology knows that you're driving, and then the other people in the passenger seat, so they can still use their phone. But that is obviously a big concern. I'm going to check, Anise, I don't want to be rude, but I want to see if we have any questions yet coming in from our Facebook audience now. You have any questions about distracted driving?
I mean, like, there are people who, like, you know, are like, you see them like talking still. I mean, like, even though, like, you know, there is a Bluetooth technology, like the cars have Bluetooth, you know, so and you see them just sitting there, like, you know, and like, you know, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, like 16, 18, 20 years ago, we had none of this. Now, like, you know, I hang out with my friends, and sometimes we're like, I don't know, at a bar, you know, at a basement, and everybody's just like, you know, I don't have connection. Like, they're running upstairs, like, to check their phone. So, like, it became like a, and like you said, like the Pokemon thing is even more dangerous because, like, you know, I guess, you know, you have to keep on following the thing, you know, and you take your eyes completely off the road. So that even more dangerous. Like, I saw some videos, like some guy, like, you know, drove head on into a police car, you know, because he was trying to catch a Pokemon. So.
Amazing. It's incredible. All right, Anise. Well, thank you for talking with us. Susu's too young. You're too young to drive, right?
Where's Adam?
I know. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, folks. So we're here talking about distracted driving, our week-long series on CNN. Please put in some questions in the comments section. What concerns do you have about distracted driving? What do you want to know? A couple of other stats that are really, really kind of mind-boggling. Number one, first, more than 8 people are killed every day in a crash thought to be involved, connected to distracted driving. That can be using a cell phone, it could be texting, it could be eating. Also think about this. If you're looking at your phone to read a text, it's the equivalent of driving the length of a football field at 55 miles an hour with your eyes off the road. All right, I got one question in here, so I want to sort of take it. What do you do when you see someone driving while on the phone? Well, I'll tell you what I do. I've become a little bit of the crazy person who tries to get their attention and basically tries to shame them. It's a little bit of public shaming, but I got to say I'm careful about it because I don't want to cause an accident by getting them all upset by, you know, calling attention to them. So some people could call the police and say you've seen someone driving on the phone. That is one thing that you can do. Hopefully, doing something safely and not causing an additional accident. I've talked to truck drivers who say that sometimes they'll honk on the horn when they see people doing it to get their attention, and it definitely makes them stop. Okay, I have somebody else here on the streets of New York who's going to come talk to us. Hey there, what's your name? Gabriel, come on over. You're live on Facebook with CNN. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm good. So how often do you see people driving distracted?
Half and half, around 50% of the time.
Yeah. What do you do when you see it?
It's crazy, you know, because it's dangerous, and it puts a lot of other people's lives in danger as well too.
Yeah.
So it's also good to just be focused on the road, because I drive myself, and I've been in an accident as well before. So it's really important to just be focused on the road and, you know, just do what you have to do instead, because then if you don't, then you put someone else's life in danger, you know. So
what do you do? Where do you put your phone when you're driving? Where is it in the car?
Well, I actually put it in my pocket. And if I need it for the UPS, I said UPS. I mean GPS.
I know,
Then you know, I'll put it on the little holder thing there, and then I'll drive.
Yeah. So what happens though when you get an alert? Are you ever tempted? Has it ever happened where you look?
Never answer my phone. Never answer my phone on the road or text or nothing.
Yeah, that's amazing. What do you say to all the people who can't do what you do? Some people feel like they just can't resist the urge to pick up that phone.
Well, what I can say is, you know, it's just self-discipline, you know, but it's kind of hard because technology has its way of just trying to take over. You know, like for an example, the Pokemon Go thing. Oh man, it's outrageous. You know, it's crazy. and then I hear about things that's people that's driving and then playing like Pokemon Go on the road. It's
I know. Well, Gabriel, thanks for talking to us. You're
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
You're a good role model.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Hopefully
it.
more people can do what you do. Thank you so much.
You have a great day.
You too. All right, so I got a question here. Are there more teens that drive while using their phone than adults? It's a great question. I think the numbers show that teens are using their devices more, and that's no surprise. They're growing up with their devices more so than maybe older people are. But in terms of who's using them behind the wheel, I think the numbers now are pretty equal. It's not as if it's a teenage problem. Adults are doing it too. As more and more adults get more comfortable with their devices, they are also using them behind the wheel. And I think the big concern is what message, especially when it comes to parents, what message are they sending? When you have 56% of parents saying that they use their devices while behind the wheel, and you have 51% of teenagers saying that their parents use their devices, and sometimes the parents are doing it in front of the kids, what kind of message is that? If your parent is telling you not to do it, but they're doing it, what kind of message is that? And then what about when you see a cop driving and using his phone without